Today we're gonna learn DIY temp control to keep our wort around 100 degrees Fahrenheit for an extended period of time to make kettle sours such as Gozas and Berliner Weisses. Deuces. Hooray, beer! What's going on, guys? TH from Homebrew for Life. In our last video, we made a Berliner Weiss peachy ring sting. There's actually a link in the bio for that if you want to copy that recipe, if you want to check that recipe out. But we used the Grainfather system. It's $1,000.
Dang it.
People were asking us how we could do this recipe without a Grainfather system. So here we go. Duct tape, non-flammable adhesive and save up to 200 degrees. Electric tape, or non-conductive PVC plastic tape that is good up to about 180 degrees as well. Firm wrap heater. These things are janky, but they work. In the past, I'd use space heaters, but that's pretty dangerous and it wasn't direct heat. Brew stores sell them for about 30-35 bucks, but you can get them on Amazon for cheaper. There will be a link in the bio for that as well. Inkbird temperature control. We need temperature control. I highly recommend this digital one from Inkbird. I've used a Johnson one that I stole from your garage, but it doesn't work for heating up. But snag an Inkbird for 35 bucks on Amazon. Link in the bio as well. Now we're cooking with grease. Okay, first things first, unplug the fridge and open the door so we get the inside to room temperature. If you have stuff in your fridge, throw it in another fridge or in a cooler. Ice from your freezer will melt, so make sure it's empty. If you're doing a kettle sour recipe, you probably have at least 2 fridges in your home already. If your kettle and your carboys fit into a mini fridge or a Keyser, then go with that. It's the same difference. We're just trying to create a temperature capsule. Always double check to make sure that your platform has stuff underneath it to support the weight of your beer or your wort. Use wood, books, cinder blocks, whatever. Never be dependent on the stock fridge stands. Now let's take our firm wrap and wrap electrical tape around any metal and exposed wire. This is why these things are janky for 2 reasons. A, if this part is touching our stainless steel kettle, it could blow a fuse. We don't want it to conduct. And B, if you touch it while it's plugged in, it will shock you. So let's wrap these 2 parts with tape. Life hack! To any entrepreneur or inventor out there, make a better one of these. Make it safer and it'll sell. Just make one that's got plastic or electrical tape already on it. You'll be a millionaire. This thing is janky. Make $1 million bucks. And if we ever cross paths in real life, you'll owe me a 6-pack of beer and a burrito. And I also like the back of my neck rubbed. Speaking of janky, I knew this guy in high school that was so janky, we called him the Jankster.
Next step.
Next step. Everything's fucking beeping and laughing. First things first, take your shirt off, run around town, show everybody how hairy you are.
Casey.
Second thing.
TH!
What? Oh, what? Never had a barrage interrupt you while you were sent a package before? Lord knows I have.
What's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's in
gun.
the fucking box?
This is kind of cool. These dudes sent us these belts.
Dude, this thing's sick.
Stainless steel, leather on both sides.
I told you had to open it immediately.
Yeah, sorry I yelled at you. Do you think chicks are into this?
Oh yeah, they will.
Are you having trouble getting that perfect comfort zone with traditional belts? Drank too much beer and need to let your waist breathe, but don't need to lose the full inch? Well, say hello to no more belt holes. Throughout the day, your body fluctuates. So with the 40 size points hidden on the back, you can always get that perfect adjustment that traditional belts don't have. Full grain leather outer layer and top grain leather inner layer for durability and style. With this belt, you could pull off the casual look and the formal look. The stainless steel buckle pops off instantly, allowing you to slip through airport security with the leather belt still on. Core track belts, the official belt of Homebrew for Life.
Part of the keg's cleaned and free of oxygen.
Hey, mandatory beer chug.
Okay.
Where's your beer?
Oh, it's behind you.
Drink mine. All right, now let's wrap our firm wrap around our kettle and use the duct tape. It will fit better on a glass carboy than it does on a stainless steel kettle with handles and these valves, but try your best to give it the most direct heat. We're gonna get underneath it, so lift it up a little bit without spilling. Just do your best. It does not have to be perfect. We're still gonna put it in our temp capsule. Now find a spot the furthest away from your firm pad and tape your Inkbird's temp probe to it. You don't want your firm pad to touch the probe. It won't give us an accurate reading of the wort's temperature. And if you're making something that doesn't have to be airtight, just take off the lid and throw the probe in there. You can submerge it. Just make sure it's sanitized. Next, I'm gonna grab a couple towels and duct tape them together just for insulation. Now let's lift it very carefully and put it into the fridge. And I've got my holes here. The reason I've got a hole is so my house won't explode. Just kidding. Hashtag LOL. But you do need at least one hole so hot air can escape. So I just take off the faucets for my fridge's kegerator. If we don't have this hole and with too much energy, it could kick the door open. Think of it like a balloon. And at this time, if our door kicks open, then our temp capsule really meant nothing. And I can't live with that. We can close the refrigerator door on our firm wrap and temp control plugs. Plug your firm wrap into your Inkbird's female heating side. Now plug in the Inkbird and set your correct temp. For example, if we do a Berliner Weiss, let's set the target temp to 100 degrees Fahrenheit and the heat and cold difference at plus or minus 3 degrees. So the temp control knows whether to turn off or on. This isn't a tutorial how to use an Inkbird, but it's extremely self-explanatory. It's one of the easiest things and best things ever for a homebrewer. Now, for some common asked questions. This is a very weak heat source. It's 40 watts. Put it this way, the smallest coffee mug size space heater is still gonna be around 200 watts. With that, it takes a really long time to get to 100 degrees Fahrenheit from room temperature, like 5 or 6 hours. But if you're making a kettle sour, you're gonna bring it to a boil and then chill it to around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so you're never at room temperature to begin with. So you're good to go instantly if you did all these steps accordingly. How long do you have to leave this on for? Well, for our Berliner Weiss video, we did about 16 hours until our pH level was 3.4, 3.5. If possible, I'd check it every 8 hours, before work, after work. Check it at 12 hours, 16 hours. Opening the door to check the heat will let the heat out, but at this point, your wort won't be affected at this point. It's not gonna cool down from opening the door. For me, I just keep opening the ball valve on my kettle, get like a 1 ounce every time, and just keep checking the pH level. Keep in mind, you can have an airtight kettle with temperature control, but the main factor is not to let the wort over sour. If you screw up and forget and 24 hours goes by, your beer will be so sour it's undrinkable. Anything lower than like 3.3, 3.2 is going to be extremely sour. Temperature and time are what quick sours are all about, and lactobacillus. If you like this video, click on this playlist right here. This playlist has all the answers to all your problems. How to add gelatin to beer, how to force carbonate, how to be better at getting girls to French your wang. As always, cheers to eating good and drinking good.